You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Oh, welcome. I'm Lee Jenkins. Now, in our quest to understand the concept of, well, what I refer to as abundance tuning, we must become aware that we are accessing the building blocks of creation 100% of the time. No matter your understanding of these truths, the increased awareness that you will develop through these concepts may surprise you with the sudden appearance of every good you ever desired. So let's think for a moment. What if you're not receiving creation? What if you have created everything you see all the time, every moment of every single day? What if? What if you are not the receiver of experiences, but the creator of experiences? What if you are the creator and you're the one giving everything its form? What if everything in your world is your manifestation? Now, I understand this concept may be entirely new for you, but although it may seem to be a radical approach, the fact is that you have never, ever received anything. You've always manifested every single moment in your adult life. You've always been the creator in your world. Whether you're aware of it or not, you alone decided what this moment in time consists of and how it will appear. You created your life's experiences somehow. And you've never been on the receiving end of something that, guess what? You did not cause. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but what if that is true? What if your reality is always 100% your manifestation? Every detail of it, not just how you respond to situations, but everything. Your relationships, finances, health, including the video you're watching right now. So, what is reality? Now, that's probably one of the most profound questions I ever asked myself. I spent many years contemplating that exact question. I attempted to figure it out, through my philosophy, science, contemplation, meditation, many different means. And I've been intuiting something deeper to reality than, our culture, science, or maybe even what religion has suggested. It always kind of felt like something was missing to me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I knew there was something there, but I really had no idea where to go with it. So those years of searching led me to, a new understanding of reality. And the answer can be challenging and highly threatening to your views of life, to your current sense of reality, which is why it can prove to be very difficult to comprehend at sometimes. You see, reality is infinite consciousness, and reality is infinite imagination. So, what do I mean by infinite consciousness? Let's look at when you were born. Think about that. You had no idea who you were, what you were, what the world was, what life was, the purpose of life. You didn't even know who your parents were or who were all these other people walking around. And you had no understanding of time and space. You really didn't know anything. You didn't even know that you were born. And you most definitely didn't know that you were going to die someday. You knew nothing at all. Think about it. You were a blank slate. Then you started to learn. And guess what? You started to properly misunderstand what reality is. See, as adults, we have to deal with these misunderstandings or these conditioning. It runs very deep in our subconscious mind. Now, a few years after birth, we gain consciousness. We become consciously aware. But what is consciousness? Well, this present moment is consciousness. What you're experiencing right now is consciousness. And guess what? That's as close as you're going to get to reality. See, you are in reality right now. In fact, not only are you in reality, you are reality. Reality is consciousness, whatever is happening right now. A great analogy that I learned from a mentor of mine kind of help explain what I'm trying to say here. Picture an old school movie projector. It projects a pure white light through transparent film frames. Now, those images from those frames are then, they're projected onto a screen, creating something that we generally refer to as a movie. Consciousness is that pure white light beaming through various frames, creating what we deem to be reality. You are that pure white light. You are what illuminates. That pure white light is formless, infinite, indistinct, and it has no features or qualities. Now, like our movie projector example, consciousness also has no form or shape until it is shined through a medium like a film frame, giving it distinctions or contrast in color and intensity. Now, I'm using this metaphor because if you think, well, a movie director can set a movie in any period they choose. They can direct a film in the 21st century. It could be medieval times. It could be about pirates. It could be about the Depression, 3,000 years in the future. It could be about ancient Egypt. The projector doesn't care. The projector is indiscriminate, pure white light. Whatever film frame you put in front of it is what sets the scene. It's what will be displayed. It's what will appear to be real. The movie director is not limited to what they can display on that screen. They can show anything that you can imagine. That director might be limited to technological limitations, but guess what? There are no technical limitations in the beauty of infinite consciousness. It's unlimited. Pure infinite imagination has no limits whatsoever. So infinite imagination means that you can create pictures in your conscious mind of absolutely anything without limitations and then project them into your reality. Now, we've probably all heard the term thoughts become things. What you think about, you bring about. I've heard it a million times. So in these troubling times, guess what? You must guard your thoughts, because if you think it, believe it with passion and affirm it, guess what? You'll find it will exist in your reality. Can be likened to the film frame in front of the pure white light from that projector we're talking about. Now, most people do not recognize that. So they go through life blindly affirming what they don't want, and then they question themselves with things like, why is this happening to me? You know, wealthy people like Richard Branson, Elon Musk, or maybe Oprah Winfrey, they think outside the usual parameters box. They did not buy into what was possible from everyone else's point of view. They manifested their dream life, their reality. They live life according to their rules. They don't comply with what is considered normal by society standards. So what I'm suggesting is that you think about being out of the norm. Choose to think outside the box and look at the world through a different lens. You know, if you buy into the beliefs and programs of everyone around you, well, guess what? You're going to get the life that everyone around you has. See, it's all about choosing new thoughts, ideas, and plans to ask, what's possible here? What new choice can I make to be more myself, be more out of the box? Now, those are questions I think you should start thinking about. If you could choose your reality, how would you want it? What do you want? Through the understanding of this information, it will become apparent that you already have everything required to create the reality that you choose. All that's lacking is the awareness of the abundance which surrounds you, just waiting for your acceptance. Know that the changes necessary to enjoy an abundant life, well, they're internal. Everything in your material world is merely the manifestation of what's taking place in your mind. So I suggest you start to reevaluate pretty much everything. Start to question everything, because you know what? As it turns out, your entire life was fiction. And you've been misunderstanding and misinterpreting it from the very, very beginning. You know, we're here for fun, find joy, seek expansion, and to create a life of love and abundance. But many of us get caught up in this downward spiral of our negative imaginings. Now, don't misunderstand. I believe that your imagination is the most powerful tool that you have, but it can also be incredibly destructive. If you don't understand your imagination's power, you will not take full advantage and use it in every way you can to create the reality of an abundant life. Understand that by tuning into infinite consciousness, infinite imagination, You will receive guidance to the most beneficial events, the most optimal circumstances, and the highest good for everyone concerned. So play a pause the movie on the screen of your mind, or play the what if game. What if everything is already working out for me? What if I'm already living the abundant life of my dreams? How would I feel about it then? What could I take or learn from this situation? What would I need to have to keep moving forward? What if everything is divinely orchestrated to get me to my ultimate desire and fulfill my passion and purpose? What if? What if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? What if I've been guided to this very moment to grow and expand, to get stronger and stronger, maybe to gain knowledge of my connection to all that is and the trusting divine intelligence that exists? Focus on your wants. Understand where those wants are coming from. Think about it. It's coming from the essence of who you are. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from the spiritual core of your being. And when you use your imagination to visualize your wants, you're tuning into a higher frequency. And tuning into that higher frequency has nothing to do with your age, your gender, your race, nationality, none of that. See, we're all the same. We simply look and maybe sound different, but we are all the same. We're all made of the exact same energy. So instead of focusing on what is wrong with the world, I think we need to focus on raising our vibration, uplifting ourselves, having internal conversations, educating ourselves, and come together as a unified collective conscious. Ultimately, come together to better ourselves, have better conversations, impact the planet, and make a real change. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that if we come together as races, as people, spiritual beings, we collectively can change the whole world, the entire dynamic. We can change reality. You may not always understand why things are happening the way they are, but you know what? Here's a little secret. You're never out of the flow. You never disconnect from the source of all that is. You always have a choice despite what is going on in your life. You still can choose the perspective of love, clarity, security, and understanding. See, we truly get to choose the path to follow in our lives. Gifted by our Creator, we can design our reality. The reality you choose is ultimately an energetic creation that you bring into being through moving into vibrational resonance with it, either consciously or unconsciously. In other words, you tune into it. You have all the tools built in to shape your destiny, your reality, to be aligned with which you are most passionate. You have all those tools. See, our path, our reality is our choice. We must get rid of the old vestige that there is some deity that wants you to be poor or whose purpose may be served by keeping you in poverty. Not true. The universe loves you and wants you to live an abundant life. The universe wants to be known and manifested. The universe wants to be known and revealed. The universe's qualities, understand this, its abundance, its infinitude, plenitude, beauty, order, and elegance. The universe wants you to be rich. The universe knows nothing of lack nor limitations. Therefore, guess what? Poverty is a misperception of reality. Might not always be easy, particularly at first, because we're talking about an approach to life vastly different from what most of us learned to pursue. It's an approach that suggests that you can do anything when you desire to do so. Creating your reality can be challenging, requiring you to think bigger than you might have thought before, more consistently than you may have done in the past. But although you are the creator of your reality, I want you to understand you're not alone in its manifestation. See, divine knowledge, the all-knowing, is always present to guide you. divine source, the storehouse of all there is, and well, all there ever will be, is there to provide you with all the resources necessary to create the reality of abundance that you're looking for. Tuning into the divine will produce more profound results. You'll begin to experience life, your reality, in much more fulfilling ways. So, if you're looking to make changes or perhaps take your life or career to the next level, tune into all the abundance that's available to all of us. And I want to encourage you to reach out to me. Perhaps register for one of my free breakthrough sessions. I'm confident that you'll be glad you did, as these short sessions often prove to be, the catalyst to what's next on your journey. If you're interested, I encourage you to reach out and maybe learn more by visiting my website at leemjenkins.com.